arm!
This is without question the dumbest and most painful experience I have ever put myself in. And that's when I really begin to start panicking.
Stop him.
Bad idea. Abandon ship. I without question pushed my body further than I should have. Hi there, I'm Coyote Peterson, one of the hosts on the Brave Wilderness YouTube channel, and you probably recognize me as the guy who's been bitten or stung by some of our planet's creepiest looking creatures. People always want to know, Coyote, where did this extreme content come from? Like, what is the genesis of you intentionally taking pain? The truth of that is, how do we find a way to make animals entertaining? A lot of these animals are misunderstood, most of them are feared, and we want all generations to appreciate animals and understand why these creatures are an important part of the ecosystems that they thrive within.
Now, this is in no way causing any injury to the spider.
My very first extreme encounter with an animal happened with a porcupine in Montana. And we came up with the idea of me intentionally getting quilled.
I'm gonna get close to 40 or 50 quills in the back of my hand.
I gotta tell you, getting quilled by a porcupine was extremely uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh.
We suddenly saw that the audience was very interested in seeing me go through intentionally painful scenarios.
Coyote, this is absolutely crazy. It is time to get stung by the executioner that supposedly has the most painful sting in the insect kingdom. Oh, it's stuck in my arm! It's stuck in my arm! I can't move my arm!
Why are these videos so entertaining? How did I even end up on this channel? Once we realized that that was super popular, we sort of had lightning in a bottle. And so Coyote Peterson's run at being the guy who is bitten, stung, quilled, barbed, chomped, pinched was officially born.
I'm Coyote Peterson. I'm Coyote Peterson. I'm Coyote Peterson.
Coyote Peterson.
Coyote Peterson. I'm getting chomped and alive. I'm going to be stung.
I'm about to be... And then it just becomes, how do you keep that sort of viral wave going?
Do I think that Coyote is crazy? Yes. Do I think that he might push things a little far? Yes. But everything that we do is well thought out.
I think what a lot of people who watch our videos don't realize is how much research we put into these episodes before we actually go through with the physical human experiment. So we would read the comments from the audience saying, Coyote, get bitten by a great white shark. Coyote, get attacked by a pride of lions. I've even had people suggest getting swallowed by a whale. We definitely experiment with how far the human body is capable of going, but we have to do it within scientific, health-minded reason.
On my quest to find the most painful sting in the insect kingdom.
When we started going down the road of the Insect Sting Pain Index, created by entomologist Justin Schmidt,
I'm moving a rung up on the insect sting pain index.
We really knew we had the ability to almost create this buzz behind, no pun intended, this buzz behind what it was that I was going to get stung by next. We were able to build the audience some hype as we led into the next sting. Bullet ant, the tarantula hawk, the executioner wasp, all some of the most famous, but the most extreme sting experience I have faced was putting my hand into a box with 200 angry yellow jackets.
Angry yellow jacket box. Stupidest idea I've ever come up with.
So recently, I got a text message from a good friend of mine who said, I have found the largest yellow jacket nest ever. Do you want to come and get stung? Okay, this is the opportunity to answer a handful of questions surrounding yellow jackets. How far will yellow jackets follow you after you've disturbed the nest? Can they sting through a bee suit? And last but not least, if we are to catch a bunch of yellow jackets in a container and then put my hand in the box, will they still be angry 15 minutes after having been abducted from their home? So myself and Trent, we film a little intro scene, and then as we're walking up, I'm thinking, man, okay, this is it. We're gonna really get into this thing, and once it's disturbed, it's gonna be pure chaos. So I take the box, stick it down on top, and boom! Whoa, look at that! I mean, there's gotta be 300 of them in the box at this point, and all of a sudden, whoa, ow! Oh man, definitely getting through the suit. Clearly, the bee suit does not protect you against yellow jacket stings. Oh, go get stung in the back. We're like, all right, second part of the experiment. Let's see how far these angry yellow jackets are going to follow us. All right, we are about 40 yards away from the nest at this point. We walk 40 yards, still getting swarmed. 50 yards, still getting swarmed. 150 yards, and finally, the yellow jackets are not swarming all around me. And now I'm thinking, oh man, I gotta take the bee suit off. I need to stick my hand inside of the box with the yellow jackets. I gotta think, this is not gonna end well. I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the angry yellow jacket box. This is without question the dumbest and most painful experience I have ever put myself in.
Are they still angry at me? Am I gonna get stung?
The box design that Trent came up with is brilliant, but there's this little trap door that you could pull out so that my arm could slip through and be locked in there. What we didn't want to happen was for the yellow jackets to swarm out of the door and sting the camera team. 1, 2. So as I begin to pull back that trap door, my fingers just start peeking through. The first couple yellow jackets were like, this is the guy that abducted us.
Ow, 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 definitely just getting stung immediately.
I shove my hand inside of the box and the onslaught of stings is immediate.
Yep, a lot of stings really quickly. All right, guys, I'm not gonna be able to keep my hand in here very long.
Within 3 seconds, I am saying, I give up, I tap out.
Oh! Okay, my hand's gotta come out.
Somebody help get the door back.
Okay, the door, help.
So Trent, he runs from behind the camera. He's trying to help me get the trap door back into the box.
But it's stuck. It's stuck on the Velcro, and I can't quite get it.
My hand is stuck in there for 10 seconds. And that's when I really begin to start panicking. There, no, it's not in the slot. Right there. Okay, put it in.
With the yellow jacket box, I knew that we maybe had pushed it a little too far.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow, my arm is on fire right now. I'm getting like an instantaneous headache too.
But here's the thing, the pain was only just beginning.
There's a lot of stings really quickly. I mean, a lot of stings.
I was in so much pain, I could barely talk. I could feel my hand swelling in that moment. I could physically see it almost doubling in size. After we got me back behind the table, I sat down, talked about what it is I was going through, wrapped up the scene, barely being able to remember anything that I was saying. We left location, and at this point, my arm was in so much pain, I was just thinking to myself, man, I'm pretty sure that this should be stopping by now.
Oh my God.
Hour after hour after hour, it continued to get worse.
That was without question one of the worst night's sleep I have ever had. The pain and now the itching.
I was up for almost 24 straight hours from the pain I was experiencing.
My hand is absolutely enormous. You can see how swollen and puffy it is.
But believe it or not, this isn't the most dangerous thing I've ever gone through. The audience often thinks that it's going to be an animal that is the most dangerous or frightening thing that I would encounter or experience, when the truth is, I'm more afraid of human error. Trust me, human accidents are far more dangerous than animals themselves. It's us taking risks without really thinking about the consequences.
Are you okay? Did you land on your back?
Yeah. With the cliff incident, I without question pushed my body further than I should have. The second you realize your body is getting tired, you have to take a break. If you're not ready in that moment, it could end up costing you your life. This happened to us on one of our first international trips when we were filming in Costa Rica. Unbeknownst to us, there was an earthquake that had struck just off the coast of Japan. Now, the entire western seaboard of North America was essentially shut down. All the beaches. Like I said, we had no idea. We had been filming in the jungle for days, came out, walking along the coastline, we're like, wow, this scenery is awesome. The waves were coming in, hitting the sides of the rocks and shooting spray up into the air. It looked absolutely gorgeous. So I climb up the edge of these rocks and I'm watching this wave come in and I'm thinking to myself, well, all the previous waves went down there and hit those rocks, but this one looks like it's a little bit bigger. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this wave is not going to stop. And bam! The water picked me up, dragged me 60 feet over jagged, lava-looking rocks. My entire side of my arm was ripped open, my leg was ripped open, my side was ripped open, and I thought for sure it was going to kill me. On camera, you know me as Coyote, but underneath the hat, I'm Nathaniel. The difference between Coyote and the difference between Nathaniel is that Coyote turns off. Nathaniel does not. Nathaniel Peterson is gonna get in front of a camera, take something that's gonna be very painful, then explain it to the audience, but then it's gonna spend hours more being uncomfortable. Is it really worth it at the end of the day? You saw how Steve Irwin pushed the envelope with the dangerous risks he took, and sadly, you know, that ended up taking his life, and we learned from that.
I understand that he knows what he's getting into and that he knows his limitations and he feels he can push to a certain degree.
I am working constantly to push that message of conservation and education in a unique way to all generations.
The most important thing is that we're there for him, and you know, if there's any idea that sounds too extreme, be like, this is pushing it too hard. We're looking out for you, we're looking out for the rest of us.
I want to evolve as a content creator to not be only known as the guy who's famous for being bitten and stung by things. I want to be known as the guy who's famous for making the greatest wildlife entertainment content that's ever been produced. And we will get there, there's no question about it. But I think the big question that everybody wants to know is, Coyote, when is the next venom going to be the last venom that does do you in? They say cats have 9 lives. So how many lives does a coyote have? I'm not quite sure, but I hope there's a few more.